These are the top 5 best COD zombie perks from World at War all the way to Black Ops 2. Welcome to the next round, and let's get right into the video. Coming into our number 5 spot, it's going to have to be Quick Revive. On a co-op game of zombies, Quick Revive is going to allow you to revive other players faster. But on solo, it's going to act as a safeguard and give you free additional lives pretty much. So if you mess up, you can keep going. The one caveat to this perk is it's only really useful if you end up going down. So if you're a fantastic zombies player like the relaxing end, you really wouldn't need this. But we all mess up on zombies, and it's always nice to have that quick revive, because if you're on round 40 and you go down and you don't have it, that's the game. And situationally, this perk is worth sacrificing something else. Coming into our number 4 spot, I have double tap. Now, late game, double tap obviously doesn't do that much. There's a certain point where zombies' health gets so high where the damage increase really isn't that effective. But let me break down double tap for you. So it's going to increase your fire rate, and every time you shoot a bullet, you're going to get an additional bullet out of it. So you're essentially doing double damage with all the weapons you have. This applies to all bullet-based weapons, and it makes early rounds to mid rounds an absolute breeze. It saves you a ton of ammo because you're not having to buy weapons constantly, because your guns are going to be strong enough to kill for longer. And it is really effective at getting you out of those sticky situations that a perk like Speed Cola maybe just can't do. Now moving into our number 3 spot, I have to put Electric Cherry. So I know it's only on 2 maps in Black Ops 2, being Mob of the Dead and Origins. But especially in Mob of the Dead, I think the perk is so essential to the strat, it needs to be in the top 5. Let me break down the strat for you and the perk itself. So Electric Cherry on reload is going to disperse an electric field around you that's going to stun zombies. Whether you're on Mob of the Dead or Origins, when you're training about and you're getting kind of like pressured into a corner, all it really takes is a quick reload, and there's a good chance you're going to be able to get out of that situation because the zombies are going to be stunned for a period. And since this perk can actually get you out of tricky situations, I would say it warrants being higher than double tap and quick revive. Electric Cherry is always going to be effective, unlike double tap where it's going to eventually drop off, and quick revive where you have to go down to actually rely on using the perk. Truth be told, you could probably switch this out for Speed Cola, but I really don't want to do the OG4 in the top 5. Speed Cola is a really good perk, and to be honest, you could probably switch out with double tap on this list, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just not going to do that. Now for our number 2 spot, we have Stand Up. Now in games like Black Ops 2, training is a giant part about the zombies' high rounds, and it is the main way that a lot of people are going to progress in these games. And having a perk like this where you can sprint faster and for longer is pretty much essential for any game, especially on a map like Origins where the mud's super effective and slows you down. This perk for me is always a must-have. My movement is way too important in zombies for me to be relying just on my standard sprint speed, where it's always really nice to have that extra boost. And then coming into our number 1 spot, obviously it's going to be Juggernog. Obviously it's going to be number 1. It pretty much doubles your health, and it is going to be a giant lifesaver in any map, any game you play, and it is going to extend the longevity of you surviving. Juggernog is and always will be the absolute GOAT of zombie perk. Leave me your top 5 list in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe watch this one here, where I'm going to be going over the top 5 worst perks from Black Ops 2 to World at War.